I mean, they got to stay in characters or among characters. Like Colonel said, thank you. Like to welcome everyone here. It is a special day for our family, the Faulkner family, but for university officials, for the parents, the immediate family, the husbands, wives, or the wives, the children, and the friends of both Kyle and John. The definition of a pioneer, and I'll say this because they are the founders and pioneers of the program here at ROTC at River Falls, is going to uncharted waters to build and to make a program where there wasn't a program before. And that's the hardest job, the hardest road to hoe. It's always easier to come into an established program, something that's established, something that has been there throughout the years. But as the Colonel alluded to, these two gentlemen had come forth to the Colonel and said, we need a program down there, or I'd like to do that. So they are the spearhead, the tip of the spear on our program down here. And I want to just talk a little bit today. Again, pioneers or founders like Lewis and Clark, they ventured out into unexplored, uncharted waters and became a settlement, became to settle. And what I'm going to talk about is the essence of leadership and how their 3 to 4 years in the program has not only talked about leadership. I can sit up here and talk about all the cliches about leadership by example. You got to persevere, but I'm going to tie that back into how I've watched them do that in 2 years and how they're so much stronger, and better leaders for having walked the path where not many have walked before them, or to forge that trail, if you will. Let's talk about perseverance. A leader has to persevere. A program has to persevere. But we talk at the university level. When I first got here in 2007, again, it was in its infancy, and we've only been here like maybe 3 semesters. And it took a lot of team building, a lot of mentoring with the university, because there are some segments of that university that didn't necessarily want us here. And they were part of that. They would come out. John is very adept at going on YouTube and finding out where the adversaries are, and gives me the G2 update every once in a while about who's not so friendly to us. Kyle likewise will walk around campus and let me know. And they persevere. And that's what we're in uniform for, because everyone can be, we want people to be clear thinking, have their individual thoughts. But Kyle, that's how John was, and Kyle definitely ran into some of that, he needs some of that perseverance in the classroom, because sometimes he was challenged at the university level, and he knows what I'm talking about, and he's done that very diligently and dignified. He's done that. He's overcome some challenges in the classroom based on his association with the program. And I think today, Kyle, you're better for that. I know you're better for that, because you build some tools, you build some skill sets when dealing with people and programs like that, that you're going to see in your career. So perseverance at the university level, both of you have done that very well. At the program level, both of them had went through some perseverance issues, some things where they had to be stronger at. This isn't a highlight or silhouette any of our leaders up here, but John, when I first came here that first summer, he was getting ready to go to LDAC. We pushed him pretty hard. John was challenged in some areas, and where it would have been so much easier, John, I'm almost tearing up here, because it would have been so much easier for him to say, you know what, I want to go a different avenue. I'm not sure this is right. And some of the things I said might have been even harsh, like, you sure your face is hurt? You sure you don't want out of this program? And he stuck with it, and he stuck with it very well. And how did he persevere? He went out to LDAC and scored a personal best on a APFT 242. Talk about persevere over some challenges. Very proud of that, because he had a knee issue when he worked very hard, and John had come through that at the program level, and Kyle the same way. At the program level, he went to LDAC last year, and as injuries happen in sports, and all sports, he blew his Achilles tendon out. It was very hard for him to come back this year and watch his peer group that now are MS4s talk about, I'm LEADAC stamped, which is their leadership course we just got back with. Very hard for him to persevere through that at the program level, because he knew he had to go back, and he knew that he was a 4, but yet kind of thrust still in the 3, so he was caught in the middle. And Kyle definitely persevered through that, and again, it made him stronger. All these things to talk about leadership, these two characters showed. And then let's take a look around. If you look to your left and right, you see their families here. Very much to persevere the challenges of family. The little guys, Sean and Jonathan and Kate, Andrea, and all those challenges about bringing a family along as you're trying to persevere in this program with all these obstacles. So are they stronger today? I think they are. I know they are. Like the house the little pig built out of sticks and stones, they've built theirs out of bricks and they withstood a lot of the challenges they have. Character, I'll just say this. Adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. Just by looking at it and knowing what they went through, they reveal their character. You know, it's always easy to fold up a tent when it gets tough, when it gets hard, but they haven't. They persevered through it. The character is what it is. It's very strong and steadfast, and they're here today because of that. Leadership by example. We've all heard that cliche before. It's very easy to say the words, but yet know them. It's very easy, very, very easy to be the cadet company commander, to have it be 20 below zero and live in Menominee and think, boy, this pillow's nice, but PT in River Falls, I'm sure my Honda Civic is probably pretty cold right now. And go 40 miles in the morning, that's tough to do. We gotta just call that rarely happening. Be up at 5 in the morning, Kyle would probably to get on the road, 29, sub-zero weather, to be at PT at 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, we don't teach that. You can't just talk leadership like that. It's there, either there or not. So Kyle, for that, that's why the program was all that. He showed up every morning. Most mornings he did. You know, I'll look at the attendance roster. He did that hard right, leadership by example. On the flip side, John, the same thing. He ended up being the cadet S4, which most of the work has to go to Menominee. So besides that, and then all the classes they need to, so leadership by example, to drive back and forth to classes and make it work, that's leadership by example. So it would have been so much easier to call that alibi and say, you know what, I got an assistant over there, or, you know what, XO, can you take it today? It's cold out. But they were there. Every day they show up, just like Groundhog Day, same thing, different day, they're there. And then care for family cadets. They're always there to organize fundraisers. They're better halves, their family has always been there for the family. It's always focused on family events, whether it be the mill ball. I look at Tammy here, the stuff, Tammy and Andrea and Katie, and they've always kind of included the family in the cadet corps as far as what we, you know, whether it be a fundraiser, a picnic, or how we're doing that. And those are the things that will be remembered with their heritage, with their traditions. So, you see folks, both Kyle and John sit here today. They are pioneers of the program. I try not to bore you with what the cliches and the tenets of leadership, but to bring it back to them and show you. They've showed us what leadership is. I've been fortunate enough to be here for going on my 4th semester now. And I got to watch them over time. So the units they're going through, the soldiers they'll get, they haven't just filled in the blank. They just didn't take those bubble tests and stamp it and say they're good to do it. They've dealt with issues. They've been a pioneer of the system. And for that, I know that our program here is solid. We built it on solid. They'll go out there, and I'm proud to say that when they say that from River Falls, we look at these two gentlemen right there. I know the soldiers will be led like the best, sir. They withstand the turbulence. It's made them stronger. Like any mill that you bend a little bit and mold it, it's a stronger for it. So good luck, gentlemen. Thank you for your time here. You've built it. Your pictures are on the wall. They've raised the bar, and it's our job now to take it forward. But thank you for the time, and thank you, gentlemen, for having me.